In this video, I'm going to show you how to find the volume of cones. We're going to be using a few different values, so like slant height, things like that. These are terms that we should be familiar with at this point. We'll go over those briefly. So the volume volume formula for a cone is V equals 1/3 times pi times the radius squared times height. Okay, and of course a cone looks something like this. And in school, I would have you, and that's, sorry, bad picture there, but anyway, in school I would probably have you take apart like a party hat, so one of those cone-shaped party hats, and kind of flatten it out, and then we'd kind of talk about surface area and things like that. But today we're just going to talk about some volume with these. So looking at this first one, our height is 7, slant height is 10. So if you remember from when we talked about pyramids, this is our height right there, right? That's 7. Our slant height is this outside piece right here, and that is 10. So that's slant height right there. Okay? So now we need to talk about our formula for just a brief moment here. Right? Volume equals 1/3 times pi, radius squared, height. Perfect. We've got the height. That's going to go right there. But we don't have the radius, and we have a slant height instead. So what I'm going to have you do, just like we did with pyramids, draw just a little side view picture of this. 7. There's a right triangle right here. And this one's 10. How do we find that third side? Well, Pythagorean theorem. So 7 squared plus x squared equals 10 squared. I've been seeing some of you guys having a few problems with this. Remembering which numbers go where in your formula. So if you need to go back and review that, I would recommend that. X squared equals 51. That means x equals the square root of 51. Of course, it has to be positive. It's a length. So our radius then, r equals square root of 51. Okay? And of course, you should check. I know that this 51 is a prime number. Nothing goes into it besides 1, so can't really simplify that. But make sure you check those. Don't leave them as a decimal or unsimplified. Okay, we're going to plug this into our formula now. So volume equals 1/3 times pi times square root of 51 squared times our height, which is 7. Okay? So, square root of 51 squared is just 51. And 51 times 7, just do that over here really quick. Probably have a calculator. I don't have mine out right now. We have 357 times 1/3. I think it's just going to be 357 over 3. We'll see if we can simplify that in just a minute. And that's going to be over pi, or times pi, excuse me. So let's see, 357, I believe 3 actually does go into that. So let's simplify that. And we'll go in 119, I believe. You may check my math on that one. 119 pi, we like to leave things exact answers. So our volume here is 119 pi units cubed. Next example, we have a radius, we have a slant height, no height, so let's draw that height in. There it is, radius is 3, slant height is 4 square root of 2. Let's find that third side. So Pythagorean theorem again, you don't have to draw the little triangle, but I certainly think it helps. Keeping some things straight. I do like to see all your work, and you know that, so that might be a good idea to start doing some of that if you have not already. And remember, when you square something that has a square root and a constant multiplied together, square the whole thing in parentheses like that. X squared plus 9 equals, well, this is going to be 16 times 2, which is 32. X squared equals 23. So that looks like square root of 23 is our height. There we go. And our volume formula once again, 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay? 1/3 times pi. Radius is 3 squared times the square root of 23. Now 3 squared is 9 divided by 3 right here with this guy is going to just be 3 square root of 23 pi. And I really probably should write it like this, 3 pi square root of 23, because sometimes you guys maybe are a little see with your square roots, and they kind of look like this. I don't know if that pi is inside or outside. So just write up 3 pi squared root of 23. We've got some units cubed here. And that is how we find the volume of a cone.